All right, what's up, everybody? PS5 servers are down, so here we are. Welcome to our another tier list. Tier list Tuesday is what we're gonna do. Maybe it'll be a tradition. Who knows? It'll probably flop, but you know, we'll see. Um, so today we're doing MCU movies. So up into Spider-Man: Far From Home. So it doesn't include um, stuff like the other Spider-Mans, X-Men, uh, Deadpool, stuff like that. Just the MCU for today. So, and should we go down the list, or yeah, we'll just go down. We'll just go down the list. Yeah. All right. So first up is Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. And I'm gonna put this in A tier, just because it's really solid. The humor is really good. The ending is really nice with Hondu. Um, but oh, hey, what's up? What's up, Donovan? I will put this on YouTube. I will, for sure. Thanks for stopping by, mate. Um, anyways, so Guardians Volume 2, the ending is really nice. I'm not the biggest fan of like Peter's dad as villain, because like I feel like there isn't really a threat until the very end. I don't know, it's good. It's a good movie. It's not as good as the first one, but still good. Um, Gotta make sure that my audio is being picked up. Let's just double check that. It is okay. All right. Okay, next, Ant-Man and the Wasp. And let's see. Um, Ant-Man and the Wasp. It wasn't as good as the first one. Um, but it was okay. We're gonna put it in B tier. I'm not a very big fan of the villain. Um, and uh, the whole thing where like Ant-Man breaks up with the Wasp and like um what am I saying? Uh oh yeah, okay. So the whole thing with Ant-Man and the Wasp like breaking up, and then they have like this sexual tension, and then they end up back together. Just how movies do that. I'm not a big fan of that. Like, just stay together. It was nice that they like go into the quantum realm and like find her mom, which was good. But the villain was not a good villain. Um, but Paul Rudd, of course, is a wonderful man who we all love and adore. So, yep, he saved he saves the movie, for sure. All right, next up. The regular Ant-Man, I guess. And regular Ant-Man is A tier, above Guardians, and I am gonna go in order of my favorites, so it will be in order. Um, So the first Ant-Man, definitely better than the second one. I think that when the trailers came out, everyone was like, "What the freak is this? This is gonna be a terrible movie." But then it came out and it was incredible. The humor is super solid. Has a good villain. Um, it's a good origin story. And it definitely exceeded everyone's expectations. It's not. I compared to other Marvel movies, I don't think that it's perfect, and is good, but it's definitely up there. Okay, Age of Ultron, I think is the weakest of out of all of the Avengers movies, um, but still really good, and that's gonna go at the top of A tier actually. Um, and Age of Ultron is it's good. It's good. Um, hey, Ant-Man is goated. Hey, what's up, Ben? Sorry, I didn't see that. I'm flipping between a million screens. Um, so Age of Ultron, I think the weakest of the villains in all of the Avengers movies. Um, not the greatest story. The end battle is, whatever. Um, but yeah, like I'm saying it's really good, Ben. It is a good movie, but I think it's the weakest out of all of the Avengers movies, all four of them. And so it's gonna go into A tier. So next is Infinity War, and this is definitely S tier, um, where you finally get to this climax. Everyone comes together to fight the big bad boy. And it's really fun to see a bunch of these heroes who have never been with each other. It's fun to see them fight with each other. Um, uh, so yeah, super good. And then the whole freaking like yeah, Loki and Thanos are way better villains. Loki is like I should do Marvel characters. I'm gonna do that next. Um, all right, sounds good to me. Uh, and Infinity War, like one of like the least expected uh endings out of like all of the movies. Like everyone was shocked. Um and everyone was like outraged, but like a good outraged, you know? Like I don't know, that such a good ending to Infinity War. Um okay. Next is Black Panther. Black Panther is okay. It is actually I'm gonna put it at the top of B tier. Um, the whole uh, warmonger like suddenly coming in and being king, like he knows nothing about ruling or like Wakanda as a culture. Like he was told about it from his dad, but like that's it. So like why like sure like have him be part of the culture and community, but like like what gave him the right to challenge Black Panther, you know? And then like they hate each other, and then suddenly at the very end, um, at the very end, they just cuddle and watch the sunset. So, but Black Panther, super solid character. Rest in peace. Love him. Um, and his sister is fun. Uh, the whole like love relationship kind of sucked between him and what's her face? I don't even know her name because like does anyone? Because she wasn't even in the freaking movie. She just disappeared. Um, so yeah, B tier for Black Panther. Okay, Civil War is A tier. Civil War was really good. And an interesting part of the story, how uh, yeah, rest in peace, Black Panther. Um, so Civil War, I really enjoyed because it was kind of like an Avengers movie where there was like almost everyone together. It was a nice twist where they fought each other. Um, and the villain was like, I guess, kind of themselves, but kind of, the one dude who wanted to get rid of all the super soldiers. Um, he was good. He was, really smart, not really like, you know, he used his brain, not his brawn. Um, my only complaint is like, yeah, Zemo. Zemo. Dude, there's so many names. I'm gonna forget a lot of them, so I apologize. But thank you for helping me out. Um, my only complaint is that no one died, actually. Um, because like they all fought, and I guess like Rhodes, is that his name? War Machine. Rhodey, yeah, Rhodey. He almost dies. He gets paralyzed, but because everyone was like speculating, like, oh yeah, Black Panther or not Black Panther, like Captain America or Iron Man are gonna die, uh, or somebody is gonna die, but no one did. But it was a good movie. Lieutenant Rhodes, yeah. All right. Next is that the first Captain America? I think it is. Um, um, First Captain America, I loved. Let's see, where did I put it? I put it in S tier. Yeah. I think the first Captain America, really, really good origin story. Um, like perfect setup for a character. Uh, like the only one that comes close, I think, is Iron Man. Um, but yeah, uh, love the characters. Probably the best relationship between like the lover of the main character. Uh, can I say that? Let's see. Like Pepper is like okay. Gamora is like all right. Uh, Thor's sucks. Yeah, best relationship. Um, by far. So really good there. Um, yeah, Thor and Jane are trash. Um, so the action is really good. The villain is good in Captain America. So yeah, S tier. Okay, is next is the second Captain America, the Winter Soldier. Um, and I think out of the three Captain Americas, this one is the worst. This one goes in a B tier, just because um, like I know like the villain is like Hydra, like they infiltrated Shield, and but the villains suck. I don't like Black Widow's relationship with Captain America. I think it feels a little weird. Um, and yeah, the whole thing with like the Winter Soldier with Bucky is really good. We like that. That was good. and seeing that he's alive and that he's brainwashed, and Captain America just trying to get through to him. Um, yeah, I totally thought that Cap and Nat were gonna be a couple, and I didn't like that. Yeah, so still an okay movie. Like, you can enjoy it, but it's gonna go to B tier. Doctor Strange, definitely unique, and I really enjoyed Doctor Strange. That's gonna go into A tier. Really different ending, how he kind of cheats the system, leaves you on a cliffhanger, which we're still waiting to see what they do with that, but hopefully they do in the next uh, Doctor Strange, which I'm excited about. Um, and the new Black Widow movie looking solid. I'm hyped for that. Okay, back on track. Doctor Strange. Um, not the best villain. It's kind of, but like that villain is like not the main villain, I guess. Uh, yeah, Dormammu. Um, it would have been nice to see more of him instead of like the last 5 minutes of the film. But the whole origin story of him being a surgeon, like the best of the best, super cocky and confident, to getting completely crippled and his worst point, and just becoming, the space wizard that he is. Um, really good story. Seeing him grow as a wizard, as Iron Man calls him. Okay. The first Guardians of the Galaxy, you already know, that is definitely going into S tier. Um, I yeah, I do think it's better than Captain America, the first Captain America. Um, this origin story is so good. Like, the humor uh is perfect. All of the characters are great. Uh, they establish the villain super early, and um, he's good. He's a good villain. Um, Ben is gonna remind me of the villain's name, cause I suck. Um, the whole prison scene is solid. Probably some of the best parts of the movie are in the prison. Um, yeah, just perfect first movie. You know. All right, I can. If you have questions about my opinions on certain parts of the movies, let me know. Um, Next, Iron Man 2. The weakest of the Iron Mans, but it's Iron Man, and so I still enjoy it. We're gonna put into B tier, just because I do think it is the weakest of the Iron Mans. Um, yeah, Ronan. Yes, thank you, Ben, the blue guy. Yep, Ronan. Uh, so Iron Man 2, how Iron Man kind of just doesn't give a crap about anything and gets totally drunk and fights with Rhodey. I'm not a fan of that. That part was dumb. Um, and then the whole Hammer guy being the villain, as well as uh, Shocky Boy, they were okay. Um, the whole fighting all the robots at the very end was really cool. This is where they introduced uh, Black Widow, so that was nice. Whiplash, thank you. Uh, Whiplash, thank you. Shocky guy, yes. Whiplash, as Ben gets Whiplash in chat because, yeah, Hammer is a bum. He is a bum. He's dumb. He's a dumb bum. Uh, but I really enjoy just seeing like all the Iron Man upgrades as the films progress. Um, and so that is just always a part of the films that I hold dear and am really hyped for. Um, like I said, the end with all the robots fighting is fun. How uh, War Machine is finally a thing. Um, and so yeah. All right, Iron Man 3. Okay, so this is A tier. Um, and I do enjoy it more than Doctor Strange. The villains are weird, but they're fun. I like the origin story of the villain. Give me 1 second. All right, sorry mates, I'm back. Baby Sheriff got upset, but she's back down. Hopefully. Okay. Um. Trevor more than Killian. Um. Are the villains between 1 and 3? Is that what you're referring to, Ben? Uh, yeah, like the villain was okay. Um, the whole the whole one oh yeah, the actor. Yes, yes, yes. Yeah. Yes. Yeah, Trevor is the actor. Yeah, that was pretty funny. That was a fun twist. Um, I really like when Iron Man like gets down. Um, like he crashes in the middle of nowhere. His suit is broken. And he has to like figure out what to do. That was really nice. And holy crap, Mopeat is rating. Hello, Mopeat. Thank you so much. What is up? Win for Mopeat. Yes. Um, let's get some Mopeat emotes in chat. All right. Anyways, yeah. So I really like when Iron Man gets stranded. That was pretty cool. Um, is shoot, is this the one where he creates his own element because he's dying? Or is that the second one? Steez, thank you so much for the follow, mate. Thank you so much, man. That's the second one. Okay. Well, I do like how he like figures out that in the second one. So there's that for the second one. Anyway, um I think the ending to Iron Man 3 is a little weird, how he blows up all his suits, because that was like super hype. That was like really cool to see for the first time. All of his suits come in and fight with each other. Um but still good. Still good movie. Um yeah. All right. Next is the first Iron Man, and this movie is so good. Uh, this is the movie right before Disney owned Marvel, I'm pretty sure. Um, and this movie is perfect. Like the visuals and effects are astounding for its time. Really awesome origin story. How Iron Man gets trapped in the cave and makes the Mark 1. Um, and just seeing him build all of the suits is just super cool. And seeing him go through that process. Villain is super solid. Ben is gonna tell me who he is. Um, but yeah, perfect origin story. Definitely Esther. What more can I say about that? I don't know. Yeah, his dad's friend. Yeah, who creates uh, the huge suit and fights him at the end. Good, good fight scene at the end. Anyways, all right. What is this? This is Homecoming. Yep. Okay. Spider-Man: Homecoming is S tier. Um, Yes. Yep. Obadiah Stane. Yes. Mopeat. Winter Soldier and Black Panther below Ant-Man. Yes. And you can watch what I said about those on YouTube later. Um, okay, Spider-Man. Tom Holland, perfect human being in every way. Thank you, Mopi. Love you. Kisses. Thank you for putting that in chat. Um, Seeing Peter's relationship with Tony is really great. Really good villain. Um, Kind of a nice twist that Peter is in love with his daughter. That's kind of fun, and then she disappears, but that's okay because MJ is the real star as Zendaya, who is also perfect. Uh, sorry, sorry, sorry. Yeah, spoilers in this video stream thing that we're doing. But yeah, so um, yeah, it's cool to see Spider-Man's suit and see him figure all that out and see him he just really wants to be an Avenger, but he's super young, and so it's kind of interesting to see how that works. So yeah, okay. The Incredible Hulk, Banner, the actor gets changed around every film, but that's okay. Um, and it's not D tier. I'm gonna put it in C tier. Just because Marvel was still figuring out their stuff. Uh, for its time, for its time, you have to give it some credit. All right, it was. It's only C because of its time. All right, if the movie was made, after Iron Man, then it would definitely be D. But they learned from their mistakes, and they went from Hulk to Iron Man. Like they really really figured out their stuff and like just did a complete 180 on what they could do. Uh, so yeah, Ben is upset. That's okay. All right, first Avengers S tier. This movie was super hype, super hype. Was it made the same time? Oh yeah, it kind of was. Huh? Yeah. All right, still C tier because there are two other movies that I hate way more than Hulk. So, uh, yeah, two movies that I still hate way more than Hulk. So it's still gonna go in C. Um, okay, first Avengers S tier movie was super hype. Seeing everyone finally come together. You see Captain America after he's still trying to adjust. Iron Man with all his cool knickknacks. Loki is one of the greatest Marvel characters of all time, so having him as the main villain is super fun. Um, and yeah, like Hulk, like kind of like finally is figuring out how to control himself, which is super great. Um, and Black Widow and Hawkeye. I mean, Hawkeye is like brainwashed for the entire movie, but he's still fun. You know, watching him shoot arrows without looking. He's a cool guy, cool dude. But yes, you the first Avengers can't go anywhere but S tier. Thor is better than Hulk. You're right. All right. Is this the bad one? The Dark World. Yep. D tier. Yep. Okay. Uh, one of two worst Marvel movies of all time. Um, the villains suck. The whole thing with Jane sucks. Um, Thor's mom died, and that was sad. Which isn't like, that's not like a bad thing about the film. It's just a point. Um, the the only saving factor of this movie and why you should rewatch it, besides watching them in chronicle order, you gotta um the one thing that saves this film is Loki, and it's one, his humor, but two, um chrono did I say chronicle? I meant chronological. Or wait, am I saying that wrong? Anyways, and Loki, and uh, but there's one thing in this film that needs credit, and that's when Loki, seeing how upset Loki is when his mom dies, because this entire time he's been so resentment about still being a part of this family, but seeing him get so upset about his mom dying is really nice to see, and is just kind of shows more about Loki's true character. But anyway, that's not enough to save the film Dark World for D tier. Oh, and the whole thing with Jane and Darcy, is that her name? And the professor, they just suck and are annoying. Um, no, seeing no, not seeing Loki's mom die, seeing that he was upset is just stop. Okay. Okay, the original Thor um is Dees. It's going into B tier. Um the second best Thor. Um it's pretty good for an origin story. Um it's kind of fun to see like the arrogant Thor be humbled, and then he has to figure out how to become worthy of his hammer again. Um, like uh, was I saying? Oh, Jane is like, she's not terrible in the first Thor. You know, it's a decent uh relationship in the first film, and then it just gets completely destroyed after that. Um, but it's fine. It's good. Huge character development for Loki as well. Um, so yeah, not as good as uh, a lot of the other origin stories, but it's fine. So, um, Thor Ragnarok, however, is S tier, and I'm gonna put it right between Spider-Man and Captain America. One of arguably the funniest of the MCU films. Really solid humor. Um, his sister, pretty solid villain, dies in like a pretty funny way. The whole Asgard getting destroyed is pretty crazy. Um, yeah, finally seeing what happens to Hulk is fun. And he's gotten really good at having like being self-aware instead of just murdering everything. Um, yeah, what's his name? Korg, I think. Uh, Korg is the best character in the movie. I'm not like the biggest fan of Valkyrie. Valkyrie chick. Yeah, Korg. Yeah. Um, how she's just like this alcoholic the whole time and doesn't care about anything. And of course she redeems herself in the end. But and the supreme like creator, the game's creator or whatever, he's pretty great. He's a silly boy. Valk Valken R6. Yeah, the only difference is I main Valk, and I'm not the biggest fan of the MCU Valk, so there you go. But like she's fine. She's good now. She's good. She redeemed herself. All right. Yep. So Captain Marvel. Yep. This is the other uh D tier film, and no, Pete, it is not because I hate women. You silly duck. Um, I guess let's go over the positives. It's fun to see uh, Ronan. It's fun to see Nick Fury. It's gosh dang it, guys, knock it off. This movie is bad. Okay. Um, it's fun to see older characters return, but Captain Marvel's character is just like she has no emotion at all. She's just super like obnoxious, and I don't know. I think she's overpowered. Nick with two eyes, automatic S tier. Yeah, maybe when we do character tier lists. Um, but I really just don't like Captain Marvel's character, the actress. I think she did a terrible job. Oh my gosh, you guys freaking suck. Okay, but I mean the Black Widow movie, I'm probably gonna put super high up. I hope I am not disappointed with that. Okay. Um, Avengers Endgame. Uh, the best, the best Marvel film, hands down. Endgame is is the greatest climax ending to this whole series, this whole huge connected story over the span of 10 plus years. Um, and the ending is just the greatest ending out of all of the films. With the huge battle with everyone, where like finally literally everyone is with each other, is so hype. And when spoiler alert, here you go. Um, when Thor, not Thor, when Captain America picks up Thor's hammer, that's freaking. Gosh dang it, guys. You all suck. Um, when Captain America picks up the hammer, that was like one of the most hype parts. Um, and you know, we knew that they were gonna like time travel, and I really like how they time travel back to the parts that they did, because it's kind of just like a look back on the entire series and pays tribute to that. It's really nice that Tony like gets some closure with his dad without his dad even knowing it. Um, before he, um, you know, uh, spoiler heavy. Um, and how Iron Man kind of kick-started this series, um, and have him be the one to like finally end it, uh, is really solid. Gosh, you guys, somebody ban them. Um, just kidding. You're both mods. Can't ban you. Frick. But yeah, greatest film in the MCU, arguably greatest one of the greatest films of all time, and I will stand by that. Um, all right, and last, but certainly not least, Captain Marvel, Spider-Man: Far From Home. Um, the ending was a little crazy, but it's fun to see him with MJ. Uh, the whole twist with Nick at the end. I think that the villain is good. He's a classic to the. Oh, thoughts on the time travel theory? I don't like. Okay, so you could say so much about the time travel thing, because there's so many different theories, and like I think it's fine how they like. I think it's fine how they're like, okay, if you know return all the stones, then everything is okay. Um, you guys suck so bad. And I know it has its plot holes, like with Gamora's sister, starts with an N. Uh, how like she shoots herself, so she should probably like fade out of existence. Um, and the whole Captain America thing, I really like the Captain America thing. Uh, just cause Nebula, thank you. I thought it was Nebula, but I didn't want to be wrong. Um, I like how Captain America like goes back in time and stays there and like lives out his life normally with the girl that he loved. Um, I'm a fan of that. Um, but yeah, I know the time travel has its plot holes, but like what time travel doesn't? who has done it perfect, you know. So like it's fine. Um, and then was there another question? Oh yeah, okay. Um, I thought it was with Peggy Carter. I thought that's who that was. Anyways, okay. Back to Spider-Man: Far From Home. Um, I don't like how he's exposed at the very end. How they just like that's how they leave it. Not a fan of that. Um, that's a good point, Pete. Yeah, it's yeah they are different dimensions. That's true. Um, but of course, yeah, it's like all speculation. Good point, though. Um, but Spider-Man, it's good. It's good. Not perfect. I don't think it's as good as the first one. It's I really appreciate and respect seeing um Peter's inner conflict um and grief about Iron Man dying. Like it you really see that it is a continuation from Endgame, and I like how they tie that in because his relationship with Tony is like one of the best parts about the later phases. Um, but yeah, there's our tier list. Any questions from anybody? Gets exposed. The villain is good. Classic comic villain. I do not hate women, Pete. I only hate you. Anyone else? I don't hate Pete. That's actually false. I love him. I'm in love with him. I am not a sexist. Anyway, all right. That's gonna do it for tier list Tuesday. Because I mean, fair point. I can't really prove it, but like, I don't know. I married one. I have a daughter, so. Anyways, that's gonna do it for tier list Tuesday. Thanks for stopping by, guys. Next time we'll do another tier list. Whatever you guys want. Let me know. Let me know what tier list you guys want to see. I have a lot of ideas, so we'll make this a regular thing. Uh, this will be uploaded to YouTube for all your missed parts. Flip C and D row. And thanks for watching, guys. We're gonna end the stream before people criticize me more. Okay, bye.